It was in April 2023 when Kimber introduced the KDS9c pistol, and I would be lying if I said that it was not a success. It checks all the boxes for a modern 1911 pistol. It's double-stack and feature-filled, but retains a distinguishable 1911 fire control group and hammer-fired mechanism. At first, people thought that the gun was complete already. I mean, I understand them. It shoots well, it's ergonomic, and it works the way you expect a 1911 should be. But after a short while, Kimber fans started to ask, where's the rail? Kimber responded several months later by introducing the Kimber KDS9c Rail. But is this gun good? Well, stick with me until the end of this video so that you'll find out. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45. In this episode, I will give you my full review of the latest Kimber KDS9c Rail model to help you see whether or not this brand new double-stack 1911 is worth your money. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it is a chore, but these simple clicks help my channel immensely. Now, let's return to the video. It was at SHOT Show 2024 that I first saw the Kimber KDS9c Rail. Initially, I thought that it was still the original KDS9c, but the very moment I got to check it, I immediately noticed the rail on its dust cover. And that's when I told myself, yep, Kimber does listen. According to Everett Degger, Kimber's marketing lead, one of the requested upgrades for the KDS9c platform is a rail. This is in addition to the integration of ambidextrous thumb safeties, which are also common features in many modern 1911 handguns. With the rail, you can now install a laser or light into the KDS9c, making it more combat-ready or tactical-oriented. So in the grand scheme, the KDS9c Rail model offers not only rail, but also the ambidextrous safeties that I've talked about. If you are a southpaw, you will find the ambidextrous controls of this pistol a lot appealing. With these new integrations to the gun, I can say that the new KDS9c requires no aftermarket tinkering anymore. It's already a complete gun out of the box. But of course, the KDS9c Rail still retained all the original features of its predecessor. So if you love the original KDS9c, then you'll enjoy its rail variant even more. The Kimber KDS9c has a 70-75 aluminum frame, and with this material, the gun is actually closer to the weight of your typical polymer pistols, but without being plastic at all. The rail was integrated directly into the frame. In particular, it is a 4-slotted accessory rail built directly on the dust cover. This setup is smart since it makes the rail extra solid and durable. Let's be honest here. Some guns out there have flimsy accessory rails, and you'll absolutely hate it if your lights or lasers suddenly fall off because of a poor mounting platform. Kimber knew that it shouldn't commit this kind of production flaw on the Kimber KDS9c Rail. Since the rail is built in, it features the same tough material as the frame. Hence, the slots are rugged, ensuring that they can provide a stable surface that can cater to most commercial weapon accessories out there. I fitted it with a Streamlight TLR-7A weapon light, and the rail held the attachment solidly. Attaching the TLR-7A was pretty easy. You just need to loosen its retention screw and fit it into the rail of the pistol, then tighten it again. However, the integral rail and ambidextrous safeties aren't the only improvements found on the Kimber KDS9c Rail. Apparently, Kimber wanted to give its customers a few upgrades that they wouldn't expect at all. For example, the gun is distinctly more ergonomic than the original KDS9c. How did I know? Well, the hammer and trigger of this pistol are already skeletonized, which in turn reduce their weight and optimize their response rate. The trigger, for example, is factory set between 3.5 pounds and 4.5 pounds. This trigger is also smooth, crisp, and doesn't have over-travel or creep. Aside from the skeletonized trigger and hammer, the gun also has a more extended beaver tail than the original KDS9c, which gives better protection to your hands from the hammer. The extended beaver tail also allows the shooter to achieve a higher grip on the pistol. With a higher grip position, the bore axis, or the line through the center of the barrel, is lowered as well. This setup, admittedly, has made the KDS9c Rail a lot easier to shoot. I was able to temper its muzzle flip and ensure that I could control its recoil overall. Kimber also lowered the ejection port of the KD9SC Rail, which has multiplied the gun's overall reliability. You see, by simply lowering the ejection port, the spent casings have more clearance to be ejected cleanly from the gun. I am not a gunsmith, but with many years of shooting guns, I came to realize that guns with low ejection ports are less prone to stovepiping, where a spent casing gets caught in the ejection port and jams the firearm. Kimber recognized this issue and made sure that it wouldn't take place on the KDS9c. I also appreciate the fact that the front and rear of its slide have wraparound checkering that allows for quick manipulation. There are even cuts on the slide that further reduce the weight of the slide, further improving its speed and ensuring that the gun gets a profile suitable for carry purposes. Keep in mind that the KD9SC was originally designed as a compact 1911, so there's always this assumption that some gunners would opt to use the gun as their concealed carry. So this particular improvement in the design of the new KDS9c pretty much enhanced its overall ergonomics as a carry pistol. But the good things don't stop there. The Kimber KDS9c Rail no longer has the conventional barrel bushing design. It was eventually replaced by a flush-fit bushingless bull barrel, which comes with a 30-degree crown. This kind of barrel is advantageous for specific reasons. Basically, it's more stable and accurate than the standard barrel, and it does better in terms of heat management or dissipation. There seem to be a lot of improvements, right? But, well, they are just minor in the grand scheme. As I mentioned, this rail model retains the core design principles of the KDS9c. That means that it's still well-balanced, highly reliable, and ultra-safe to use. The ambidextrous manual safety, for example, can be spotted easily. This means you can access and operate the safety even by muscle memory. I also like that it has manual safety because even though you aren't a fan of manual safety, the ability to carry the gun cocked and locked is just beneficial. Again, let me emphasize that the KD9SC is meant for carry purposes. Hence, it's crucial for the gun to have this feature. The grip angle of the KDS9c is similar to the standard grip angle used by 1911 pistols. However, the grip ergonomics of the KDS9c are better than most 1911s out there, in my opinion. This is due to the fact that the rear of its grip frame is rounded, and at the same time it blends perfectly with the grips. What this means in actual practice is that the gun offers more real estate on its grip for your shooting hands to latch on. You don't have to deal with unnecessary transitions between the frame, grips, and mainspring housing. Both the front strap and mainspring housing have been layered with grenade-style checkering. The best way to describe this style is that it simply mimics the segmented surface of a grenade, providing an appealing, tactical look. The raised squares or diamonds create multiple contact points that enhance friction between the shooter's hand and the grip. These patterns are also present on its G10 grip panels, so whatever you do, even if your hands get sweaty or bloody, this pistol will stay in place. All KDS9c handguns are fitted with optics-ready slides, so the only thing that you need to do right now is to go to Kimber's website and buy any compatible optics plates for the pistol. I really appreciate that Kimber is kind enough to fit an integral rear sight to the plates, which is beneficial if you aren't planning to toss a red dot to the gun all the time. By the way, the rear sights are adjustable for windage. Meanwhile, the front sight includes a tritium vial that lets you get a good sight picture, even in low-light settings. I already had a good run with the KDS9c Rail on the range, and so far, it did put its reliability and accuracy on the roof. My tests only involved me firing the pistol at a seated position, while the dust cover where the rail is was rested on a bench. I didn't use any red dots at all, and I shot targets at a distance of 15 yards. I did 10 5-shot groups using different 9mm ammo. From that distance, my best grouping is sub 1 inch, and that was when I used 124 grain match ammo. It didn't even flinch when I shot a variety of range and defense ammo. Even dirt cheap rounds didn't make the gun fail at all. It's a good thing that its standard flush-fit mag holds 15 shots, so it doesn't really require frequent reloads. The package comes with an 18-round extended mag, so there's that. Overall, I can say that Kimber didn't flop on the KDS9c Rail. It's a better gun than the original in all facets and serves as an excellent option for a carry 1911 pistol. Probably, its only downside is its price. The thing costs close to $2,000, and oh boy, that makes the gun even more expensive than the Colt Gold Cup trophy. Still, if you can deal with the expensive tag, bringing home this pistol will be worth it. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.